Hey, everyone. How y'all doing? We are here with the final episode of the series Sex Life on Netflix. This is episode number 8. We broke it down episode by episode, trying to get myself comfortable here. We broke it down episode by episode, and this one is entitled This Must Be the Place. This must be the place. So, Chef Kev had watched this series also. He has been breaking it down with me, and I'm going to bring him in the building. Hey, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. So episode 8 was a doozy. Of course, I'm gonna give my breakdown and tips like I normally do, just to catch everybody up to date of what happened in this particular episode. Again, it's titled "This Must Be the Place," and I'm hoping that tonight I resolve the echo issue. There was a lot going on with hearing the echo, so I'm hoping that I resolve that particular issue, but let me know in the chat if you're hearing an echo from me. But again, I hope I resolved it. But again, this must be the place, episode 8, Sex Life, the series on Netflix. So this one is where Billy was reminiscing about marrying Brad. Not only did she marry him, in her reminiscing or her dreaming, she dreamt she married him. Her 2 kids were with her, and she also had a child with Brad. Kev, you're not in the frame. Then Cooper says that when she saw Cooper, when Cooper actually came to her house in that particular scene, Cooper told her that he was going to ask her, not Cooper, I'm saying Cooper. Cooper's on my mind. Brad told Billy that he was going to ask her to marry him. And he also said that she is his one. But at that particular scene in front of her house, she told Brad that she loves her husband. This is where she wants to be, meaning with her husband and her children. So she told Brad no. Okay, a lot. This episode was packed with a lot of emotion, a lot of topics for us to get into. I mean, it was so much, and it was heartbreaking. Someone said that yesterday, and when I was watching it again, because although I watched all 8 episodes, I think really fairly quickly, like in a row. In order to come and break down this series on the channel, I had to re-watch them one episode at a time so I could remember all the details and remember what happened in each particular episode. So Cooper said, oh, Cooper also, he was upset with himself. In episode 7, they went to the sex party. He was really upset with himself the next day because he said, I don't know who I am. I don't recognize myself. He said, I'm becoming a monster. So, he was, okay, you got yourself together over there. He said, he's becoming a monster, right? So, what else do I want to get into here? Oh, he also said that he feels like their relationship is stained. There's a stain on the relationship because what happened at the sex party, and he felt like he broke his vows to Billy, because what happened between him and Trina, right? And that also caused him to say, like, he feels like he's becoming something he's not because he also beat up Devin at that party. So it was just so much that went on. But he also told Billy that, this is the life that he had wanted. This is the life that he dreamt about. This is what he loved. Not everything that happened that stained the relationship, but the whole idea of the relationship they had before that. And so when him and Billy were arguing about the night before, Hudson comes in the room and tells Daddy, like, don't yell at mommy. I think that's a topic too, right there in and of itself. You have to be mindful when you're a couple and you have children, you know, the way you communicate with each other, even when you're upset, because you're yelling and screaming, and this is what the kids are hearing. This is what the kids are absorbing. And that's what happened with little Hudson. So she also bought a new computer. So she can't get away from writing in this darn diary. I could just slap her. He lost partnership in this episode. So Billy's shenanigans is causing the family money. That's my opinion. I kind of stopped right there because it's like a thousand things that happen in this episode that we can talk about. Hey, Sassy. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So, let's start at the top of the episode, Kevin. How do you feel about Cooper saying that he feels there's a stain on their relationship and their marriage now because of everything that happened at the party and just overall? And about him feeling like he feels like a monster, like he was like, I don't even recognize myself anymore. Kevin, I'm not hearing you. Are you on mute? You're not? It's funny. Why can't I hear you? And it doesn't say, let me take out. Now I can hear you. Speak. No, I'm not hearing you. You were able to hear me? Sassy, can you hear us?
Cat. Now I can hear you. Now I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. This is funny. That is funny. Let me see what I. 1 second. Hold on. Let me check.
How about now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's that echo is going on again.
Mm.
So I guess we have to figure that out later. I took my mic out.
Okay,
You
maybe.
couldn't hear me when I had my mic in.
No, I can hear you. You couldn't hear me.
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't hear you. That's
Maybe it's
weird.
mic and speaker.
Yeah. All right.
Could
Well,
be.
we'll figure that out later. I guess we're gonna have to roll with it with as is. So, how do you feel about Billy Cooper feeling like there's a stain on their relationship, like in their whole situation?
Um, I can understand it because it just wasn't him. It's just not him. Um, that's why I had a problem with his control at the party. That wasn't him. So I mean, he can be as mad at Billy as he wants to be about the journal and everything else, but that party's all on him because she didn't want to be there. He
No, I'm
told
not talking about the party. This is
no, I'm
after
saying,
the
but the
party
party
now.
is why he said when he made the comment, I broke our vows. You said do it. You know what I mean? So and she didn't want to be there. So I mean, I can understand why he has a stain, but he caused that. That part was him. That part was him.
Um, she
Um,
started the whole thing, Kevin. How was that part him?
I'm not excusing her part, but
Hmm.
when he talks about he broke his marriage vows, he's talking about his incident with Trina. That's what
Right.
I'm assuming he's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. In that situation, she wanted to leave. He allowed another woman to give him head, and he told her, "Do it."
Yeah, but my point is, I guess we're missing each other. My point is, I understand that they're kind of beyond that. Billy even said on the bed, "I forgive you." Okay, so but he's saying to himself, and he's admitting he's saying like after like I didn't feel like I don't even feel like myself anymore. I don't know who I am. I don't feel like I could go on. I feel like there's a stain on our relationship.
Hmm.
So hey, our girl is here. Hey, Francis, what's up?
Good evening.
Okay,
Good
wait,
evening.
wait,
How
wait,
are you
wait.
all?
I have to pull an audible. Okay? I know this is your show. I got to pull an audible. Francis,
Yes.
I really need your take on that party yesterday. I know you missed the episode, but
I
I
ain't missing it. I
really,
was there.
really, really, I
I
know you
was
was
there.
talking. I want your take on that
Or
party in that episode in that situation. That's all I want to hear.
well, first of all, I have to agree with you that Cooper was all the way wrong. Trina and Devin was all the way wrong. And because you have to understand and know the rules of swinging, nobody can really disagree unless you absolutely know. Brad, when she said no, should have stopped it, moved them to a private room, moved them out of the house because she was not comfortable. And no means no, period. I don't care. And then Trina, where'd she go? Then Trina was all kinds of dead wrong because she picked up on she came to this to the party with the intentions of helping them spice up this, but you never told them that this was going to be that type of event. They've never been to that type of event. So the first thing and the first rule would have been to walk them around to show them exactly what happened. Be the host to them. I know it was somebody else's house, but you brought them to that situation. And you knew that they didn't know. They didn't know anything about that life. So if you're going to introduce somebody to that, you have to be the person that says, hey, these are the rules. This is what has to happen. Now, if you and your wife get excited and in the middle of all of this, she says no, then everything stops. Absolutely everything stops. Now, what Devin did was even worse because he had no business touching Billy in the first place. He should have stopped her and saw the distress on her face and said, you know what? We need to get you situated, not push up on her to make matters worse. You're making matters worse. Now all of a sudden, Brad is having an issue with this because Billy ran out crying. You created that situation. You created it. She was like, you know what? This isn't for me. Let's get up out of here. We know this isn't you. And then you allow Trina to do that to you without my permission. That was all the way wrong on Brad Cooper's fault.
Cooper.
Cooper's part. So absolutely, that that was another disaster when you look at it from the on looking on the inside of all of that and being a person who has been in that type of life. Ain't no way. There's no way that whoever I'm with will allow that to happen. He is your protector. He is whether y'all are in a relationship or not, or you will have the same viewpoint when you're going into this party. That Cooper and Billy never had a conversation as to what they were going to do once they got there because they didn't know what they were stepping into. Or Trina and Devin should have told them, you know what, you see what this is, walk around first. And I'm sure you're going to get excited. However, before you will do anything, have a conversation. And that conversation was never had. So, am I blaming Brad? Am I blaming Cooper? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I understand that when Billy and Brad were in the car and she put her hands and body up against the window and she was like she didn't care. She was carefree then. She didn't have children. She didn't have a husband, right? So this was a different situation for her. If it was her and Brad and they were never married, they never had children, I don't think it would, I think she would have enjoyed it more. But it
Okay,
wasn't the
okay, okay,
situation.
Francis. Okay, Francis. I'm gonna say whatever to that, and I'm gonna tell you why. When she went and picked him up from the train station, she was ready to do it in the car. It's just that he couldn't get it all the way through. But anybody
But
could
she
have
never
walked by
pressed her
at that
body up
time.
against the window.
She
And
was
when
with.
she never pressed her body up against the window, they were in a secluded place when it happened. So there was nobody walking around. When her and Brad did it, all of New York was walking around. She was in a different headspace. I don't care what anybody says. She was in a different headspace. She didn't have any kids. She didn't have a husband. So she was a lot more carefree.
She in a different headspace now. When
Yes.
at this episode she running from her
Honey,
family.
honey, we ain't even got that far yet. I'm I'm
Okay.
I'm all the way there with you. I'm all the way there with you. But I want to know why she's at that point. Because it doesn't, I don't if hmm, if
You
Cooper
gotta
has
leave it
done
there, Francis.
the thank you. If Cooper,
Mm, 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 mm.
if
Where
Cooper
Wait,
we
has
go again? The
let me
Cooper
say this,
fan
because
club. The
Kevin,
Cooper fan
you
club. Cooper can't do no wrong.
no,
yeah.
Cooper
no, no.
can't do no wrong.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Cooper has his moments, but his moments are triggered by his wife that's not even
I'm
protecting
not
her husband.
right.
No,
And
you have a
I
wife
see
that's not
that.
protecting her husband. So he's finding himself in these situations because he's got a messed up wife, a wife that doesn't appreciate what she has. She
You're
doesn't deserve this whole episode. Cooper is so team Billy. I want to find my Cooper. He's so
Whatever.
team. He
Ain't
is
no
so.
man, no real man, gonna walk up to another man and tell him, "I'll step out of the way, and you take care of my family."
No,
Really?
no, no. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. What his words were, he said, the only way I will step out of the way. And again, he's doing
Why
this
would
for
you
the
even
love of
bring that
Billy.
up?
Everything he does is for the love of
Why
Billy.
would you bring
He
that
said
up? I would not
because
care.
he
I'm sorry,
he
y'all.
knows
Excuse me.
you want to know why he brought it up? Because he knows that Billy is so in love with Brad. Why keep himself in this pain?
Divorce her behind and do what you need to do and keep it
No,
moving.
but that's but see, he
Divorce
loves her
her
so
and keep it
much.
moving.
He not
Ain't no
gonna
way.
see her go down. That's why he went and told Brad. He said, "Listen, I'll step away, but you gotta promise me that you're gonna take care of all of them." He didn't just say my kids. He said, "You got to promise me that you will take care of all of them, that all of them will be okay." Brad is so in love with Billy that he's willing to let her go. You know that saying that it says, you know what? If you love the person, let them go, set them free. If they come back, they was really meant to be with you. That's what Cooper is doing right now. He loves her so much. He's like, listen, dude, you win. I'll call Mercy. She loves you. I will leave her alone, but you gotta promise me you're gonna take care of my kids and Billy. He loves
I
Billy
call
so
BS.
much.
I call
Go
BS.
ahead.
I
You
call
call BS
BS.
over
I
on
call
Cooper?
BS. I call BS. I don't care. And there has he lost his mind. Why would you even go there? That's your woman. Take care of your house. Look,
Oh
you
no, he
need help.
tried.
That's because you want him to believe he's
He
tried.
tried for one, two,
No,
three, four,
he
five,
hasn't
six,
tried. You get
seven
the
episodes.
key from your boss who tells you, "Oh, it's this is going to be a safe haven for you." Oh, and you take it.
Well, well, let me say this.
I'm
Let's talk
done.
about the key. We can talk about the key. I will say this. Cooper was dead wrong for taking that key. But Francesca was dead wrong for even offering that key. But see, what happens is, I'm going to go back to something you said originally, right? You can't tell people your business because the minute she even sniffed that his relationship was having problems, she was on him from that moment. And she was doing a slow takedown. And so
Mhm.
finally, she just was like, she doesn't deserve you. You don't have to go home. Here's the keys. I said goodbye. So she did a slow takedown of him. She laid it on soft. Oh, who doesn't love Cooper Connolly or whatever, right? She must have said that to him like 5 times. Like, who
And then
doesn't love
stroking
you?
his
What
penis the entire series.
right. What like what can you not do? I'm here at this company because of you. Yes,
Yes,
Kevin.
ma'am.
It hit me when I watched the episode this morning. You, I'm tired of Billy's "I'm sorry." She said it about 39 times in this doggone series. Where I'm sorry. Yes, sometimes sorry just ain't enough. Sorry just ain't enough. And
I didn't.
if Cooper going to bounce, he needs to bounce and have his plan, get his lawyer, whatever. I know he, but to go to another man and offer your woman, I just don't see that happening. Hey, look, if you want to go that route, I tell her if you want to bounce, bounce. But I ain't gonna go to him because I'm gonna take care of my kids. I'm gonna
That's
take
the
care of my
mother,
children.
Kevin. That's the mother of his kids. So if she leaves, she has a right to see the kids too, even if he were to get custody,
Absolutely.
No,
right?
what I'm
So
saying
that's why
is,
he's saying to him, he's saying, look, listen, my kids are going to have to be in your life.
mm-hmm.
So I won't step. I will not move out the way unless you promise me that you're going to take care of all of them. And that's what I'm saying. He threw Billy in there too. That's how much he loves Billy. He's like, promise me you're going to take care of them.
He loves Billy. He loves her unconditionally.
Yes, he does.
There's no doubt
Yes,
on
he
that
does.
one. There's no doubt on that. But
Yes.
his actions are some I can understand. Some is just unexplainable. I mean, from even the dinner situation to the party situation
So
to
let
coming
me
to
ask this. Let me ask this. You never stayed or been in a situation way past your due date and you're welcome. You trying to tell me never, ever, ever had you
okay.
tried to fight for a relationship?
I really believe we all have. But what I'm saying
Oh,
is, I never went to the next person and said, well, if she wants you so bad, make sure you take care of her. Y'all can go kick rocks.
right, because that's how you felt. But that's what I'm saying. Cooper loves her so much that he's like, you know what? If the only way she's going to be happy is with you, then I'll step away. But just promise me that you're going to take care of her and my kids. So kids are involved. So maybe he went there and said that because of the kids. Maybe if it was just him and her and there were no kids involved, maybe he wouldn't have went there. But he went there because he wanted to make sure eventually he would have if he breaks up with Billy and Billy goes with Brad, he still needs to speak to Brad because Brad is going to be a part of his kid's life.
That's fine. But you don't go and tell a man, another man, to take care of my kids and my wife. Have you lost it? I'm sorry.
Yes, he
It's
has.
it to me, it's a deal breaker. Whether they're with Billy or with him, they're gonna be in your life one way or another. Period. Because if Cooper gets full custody of the children, Billy's gonna have some kind of visitation, and Brad needs
Right.
to be around. I get that. But guess what? It's a deal breaker when you don't accept my children. It's a deal breaker. Period. You can't have me without having them. And for my husband to go and offer you and my children to you, come on now. So you mean to tell me that a woman come to you and says, you know what, this is my husband. I love him so much, But I need you to also make sure you understand that we have two children here, and I'll get out of the way if you take care of all of them. And you're going to just accept that?
Y'all taking it to a
Uh,
different level than I see it. Oh
okay.
yeah, I see it. This is how I see it. Hear me out. I see it like this, right? He feels he fought a good fight. Y'all got to give that up. Cooper fought a good fight for this chick to the bitter end. And so he realizes, you know what? Every time I turn around, this man is here. But he's here because my wife is allowing him to be here. My wife is allowing this disrespect. But on top of that, my wife is still in love with this man. I seen it with my own eyes. So I can continue here to be a fool and try to fight this thing. Or I could recognize that, you know what? This thing is what it is and it's happening. So let me go speak to him man to man and say, look, I know what's up. I know my wife still loved you. I know y'all had this great time together. I'm going to bow out of this fight because I'm losing anyway. I'm bowing out of this fight, but just do me a favor. I'm bowing out, but promise me you're not going to dog her out this time. You're going to take care of her. You're going to take care of my kids, and you're going to be good to them because they have to be in your life. And I'm going to let y'all be. I'm going to let y'all be happy. Let me tell you something. This is real talk from me. If I was married and my man's writing in the diary about some other chick, and he's writing all this stuff, and what he wrote in the diary with me is a smidgen, is a smidgen. And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, okay. So finally, we go through all this stuff like they did, and we finally talk about it. But at the end of the day, I could see, I could feel it, I could tell. He still wants this other chick. And we got children. You know what? Woman to woman, and I ain't never, I will never. This is, everybody has their good points. I'm never going to no other chick face. If the man wants you, that's who he want. I'm backing out. Y'all have at it. But woman to woman, if I was her, I could see. Listen, y'all do what y'all do, but be good to my kid. Be good to my kid.
I get that. So why would you even go to her, period? That should be a given. That should
But
be
but it's not
that should
though.
be a given.
Oh, but
That
I know so
in
many
my
people that
oh,
dog the kids
absolutely.
out.
Well, you know what? That's them because you can't have me without my child.
That's you. But I'm just saying there are women that make very bad mistakes in choices of the men and vice versa. So all I'm saying is, to me, this shows yet again Cooper's high level of love and affection for his wife, to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm gonna bow out of this fight. I'm bowing out, but do me a favor, take care of them, do right by them. We just have to
Okay.
agree to disagree. We see that scene differently.
And
Where's here we go
that
again with her
is
comments?
that's absolutely okay because
Yes, it
everybody
is.
has an opinion.
Yes,
Yeah, you're right.
yes,
You're
yes.
right. Everybody has an
And
opinion.
for the first time, I respected Brad because Brad he knew good and well in his heart. He could have, like he did the whole entire series, he could have ripped Cooper's manhood from him. But instead, he was like, he sent him back home to his wife. He said, she don't want me the whole time. All she ever wanted is for me to be like you. And he said, I asked her to marry me. And she said no. So he sent Cooper back to his wife. And I appreciated Brad for that. Even though his
Oh,
raggedy, trashy wife doesn't deserve him, he did send him back. Yes, Kevin.
now, Sassy, Sassy, all I'm saying is this. You can tell, you saying he didn't punk him. How you send a man back home to his wife? That's a punk
What?
ass move. He sent him back to his wife. That's a punk move. Go home to your wife. She don't want me.
How is that a punk move, Kevin? He could have punked, if he was going to punk him, he would have let him know. Yeah, your wife, I asked your wife to marry me. I came to your house and asked your wife to marry me, but she told me no, even though I know she really didn't mean it. That would have been punking him. How is sending him home to his wife punking him?
He did say he actually. You're telling this man to his face, I asked your wife to marry you while she's with you.
Yeah,
Okay? Ultimate disrespect. You pulled up in the yard.
yeah, that's
Ultimate
disrespectful, but
disrespect. And then you say, look, she don't want. You ain't say, look, I don't get involved in a situation between married people. I'm going to stay out of it. Y'all need to work that out. He didn't say that. He said, she don't want me. So you need to go home to your wife. She don't want me. If she wanted him, he's basically saying, I would have took the spot.
well, that's kind of like a given, right? Because he's been chasing
Yeah.
her the whole time.
But the point he was but the point I'm saying is that you think about your words you just used. He sent a grown man home to his wife.
We're missing each other. And I guess the reason why we're missing each other is because, like I said, he could have, like he punked him at the dinner table, like he's been punking him the whole season. He could have punked him in his house. He could
Francis,
have
do you hear what
told
I'm saying?
him,
Do you see what I'm saying?
well, y'all, cause y'all on the same page. I need somebody else who
Turn
understands
turn
the
the
cause
turn
and
the turn the
effect.
turn to the next chapter because we on that chapter. You on a whole nother book. You ain't on the same page. You on a whole nother book. We in a whole nother chapter. You on the Cooper chapter. We on I don't know what chapter. You in the Cooper book. You in the whole Cooper section of the library. We on this
No,
side
but
of the
it's not.
library.
This is not just about me being on Cooper's side. This is about me understanding what happened between the two grown men. It's
Mm-hmm.
two grown men that's in love with the same woman. Okay, and Brad really is holding the purse strings. Period. He's holding it because he got a hold on Billy. In any second, whatever he wants from Billy, he can get it. Obviously, because you see the end of the scene, right? Where is she running to? She left her family and ran ahead. But even before we get to that scene, let's talk about Sasha's book opening. Like before, and you can't say, oh, now the sex, because they showed you how they now was getting along sexually too.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he got in the shower, he said, you coming? And she came in the shower. So y'all getting your family back together. You go to Sasha's book opening, you see this man, and yet again, you lose your natural mind. You can't function after you see him. And then when Trina want to tell you, I hope you right. I hope you got your life together. Cause now my husband don't even want to do what we've been doing no more. Cause he's been inspired by by Cooper. So she said, I hope you right. And then she gonna answer about, no, I'm not right. And she's running to Brad.
I'm just hoping and praying that Brad didn't give her a pass. I'm so heartbroken on that scene. I At that point I was like, cool, I love you, dude, but you stupid as hell if you gave her a pass. You are stupid. She does not deserve to have her fetishes um, realized. Absolutely not. She does not. Y'all need to work on y'all. And you can't do that with her in the arms of another man.
Well, Cooper ain't send her there. See, here's the
How
problem
do you
I have.
know? They don't say it. How does she get there?
Cause
Why
she,
is
yeah,
she
that's the kind of weird part. Cause they
because
left.
if
It's
they,
not.
if they are at the school and um Cooper comes in and stands up for Billy, and he tells Trina where she can go stuff it, and tell the other women's where they can go stuff it, and um,
So they
he's
had to
like
play.
this. So, and then you see him on the phone with Francesca.
No, what you missed was he was looking at his phone at first and he was tracking her.
No, but
You know, he was tracking her.
I know that part. But I'm
So,
saying
but wait, hold
is
on one second, Kevin. So he had no idea where she was going. He has a tracker on her because there's no more trust in the relationship. So the tracker said that Billy is almost near Soho.
hmm
So it's like she must have said, I'm going to the store or something like that. And then he looked to see where she was. And this chick is all the way in Soho and he know it was in Soho. So once again, even though they was getting their life back together as a couple, there was no trust still. So
no.
he's tracking
Would you,
her. And then once he tracked and thought she was going to Soho, he knew where she was going. And that's when he called Francesca.
no, my thing is what I got confused at was they were at the play at Hudson's play,
Hmm.
and then she's in the closet at home, right? Let's start looking at the jacket. She's at home in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
So they did go home, and then she's running down the street like 5 seconds later, and I didn't. So
It
I don't know
didn't
how
make
she got to
sense.
New
That
York.
scene didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I didn't
It didn't
understand how
make
she got to
sense
New
to
York.
me.
I thought it was a
You know.
dream at first. I thought it was her mind.
Right.
I thought it was a
Exactly. But
dream when
we
I first
don't
saw it.
know if it's a dream or not. I don't know if it's a dream or not. I
I'm
missed
gonna
that
need
phone piece.
y'all. I'm gonna need y'all after this conversation to watch the episode again. Because obviously y'all missed a whole lot of key points.
I
Okay?
missed that part
So
because
so
I'm
so let
like,
me tell you what happened. They were at the play, okay?
hmm
And of course, at the play, once again, what is she thinking about? She's thinking about Brad, but whatever, right? So they're at the play. They don't show us this, but the play is over. They eventually go home, right? They go home. Now, I don't know because they didn't show this if she said, I'm going to the store or I'll be right back or whatever the case may be.
That's
Okay.
my point.
But he doesn't know where she's going. But that's why, out of curiosity, he has a track on her. So he goes and looks at the tracker. And the tracker tells him that this trick is on her way to Soho. Okay. And then that's when he called Francesca to pretty much be like, you know what? She's like, are you okay? And he's like, I don't know. No, he's not okay. My wife that I thought everything was going well, all was good. We was getting our life back on track. And now she's off to Soho running after this man.
Yeah, but she, like I said, he need to cut. He should have been cut that, but she's just a fool. She's a new fool. She's an old fool. She's a fool all around. She just can't. Um, she can't get out her own way, and she just. I mean, she's just addicted to
She don't
Brad.
deserve Cooper.
no, she
That's
doesn't.
number one.
But
And see,
Cooper,
Brad is the only one that has nothing to lose. He's only going to gain.
hmm
Now, will he sleep with her? We gotta wait to season two. But even if he does, what does he have to lose? Not a thing. And the only thing he would have to lose, because she straight up said, I'm not leaving my husband. Well, that's another line I want to talk about. She said, just do it to me because I'm not leaving my husband. Excuse me, Trick. How do you know your husband won't leave you? And you want to talk about being a narcissist? What about her? I'm not going to leave my husband. Well, girl, he gets to make a decision too. And
hmm
then what kills
and
me about her,
he chose to say what he said to her, and he chose to, to say what he said to her, and she didn't come back with a line because I don't for real.
well,
And
what do you
then
mean?
now
What did he say to
she
her?
and in the whole series, she wants her cake and eat it too, with some whipped cream and ice cream. The whole series. I get it. I never said Billy was right. I've never said Billy was right. But I also believe that if Cooper was going to nip this in the bud, he should have nipped it in the bud on scene one. On the first scene, first day when he found this situation. Not throw his wife over a counter and have sex with her. He should have nipped it in the bud. Now, would the series be as great if they were in counseling all series? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Probably not. But
But
it would have
okay,
at least shown that yes, I'm a romantic. I want to keep my woman, and the only way I can keep my woman is if we talk this out. You didn't even want to talk it out, and then when you talked it out, you were angry. You
And
were
he
angry
never
because
suggested counseling. The whole
the
Sasha's the only one in the
entire
whole series.
series.
Sasha's the only one who suggested counseling.
time out. Let's deal with Sasha and this book reader for one moment.
Hmm.
You know your girl is vulnerable and weak, and your whole book is pretty much about
Her.
how somebody's giving up their well, the both of them in a way, how somebody's giving up their life and being submissive and changing who they are to be with a man. I was like, Sasha, you told her to come to this book reading with her husband and the kids? Like, I wanted to slap Sasha. They all kind of selfish in their own way. Sasha wasn't thinking. And then you saying, then you talk about, remember him and we engaged and so forth and so on. I was like, can I kill Sasha right now? Up until that point, I mean, Sasha had her moments here and there where she wake up, where she become conscious and she wake up and she say something right to Billy. But that book reading, Billy and her husband didn't need to be there. Cause you
No,
straight talking about what Billy is struggling with right now. I'm like, this chick right here, I could kill her. I could hurt her. Cause I'm just like, what are you thinking? What are you serious right now?
I I agree with you. I mean, the whole. But let me get to another. When you talk about this part being this is a heartbreaking episode. How the parents let their kids respond to Hudson piss me off.
Yes.
They, cause see, I don't know if y'all remember that movie, the Clarks movie. I would have been like the Denise. I'd have walked up in there and showed my whole ass. They was being very disrespectful to that little kid. The kids have nothing to do with this. The boy standing there with the cheese. The kids won't go near him like he got something, like he got COVID or something. And I'm sitting there like, yo, this is, and I'm like, yo, really? Like
It was
that right there, that part right there was heart. That was the most heartbreaking part to me, because the kids are the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Children are children. Children are gonna be children. Let them be innocent. Let them, because they're gonna have their time as an adult to
Why
deal
are
with
you
their
bringing
BS.
them up today?
They had nothing to do with this. Go play with such and such. Really? Like that
Well,
that part right there pissed me off.
her name was
But
what,
Brad does get
Caroline.
kudos,
Was it
huh?
Caroline? That was her name. The one who's not happy in her marriage. She's just 100% not happy in her marriage, but she's accepting not being happy, and she's playing on this child being her happy ever after for their relationship, and that's what's keeping their relationship together. Girl, get over it. If you're not happy, you need to let your husband know. It just irritates me how people keep saying that the man has to be the breadwinner. Well, if you want to go work, go work. Your child is in school now. You don't have to work a whole day. People, there's ways around everything. If you want to build your life around your child, okay, that's fine. But make sure that you don't hurt somebody else's child in the meantime. That little girl had nothing to do with. I mean, Hudson and that little girl's playtime was nothing that should have been brought to this series, honestly, because that just made it even more worse. Because at this point, I'm ready to go through the screen and choke her. You're wrong. You're all kinds of wrong. And
that.
yeah, and when Billy brought it up to all of them, it was, you need to face your own thing. You need to face your own thing. And now Trina mad because she can't go play with somebody else. You can't
Playtime
you
over.
can't you
The
can't go play with
playroom has been
somebody
shut
else.
down.
Trina's pissed. But
Yeah,
that scene was heart wrenching for me too, Kevin. Actually, I wrote that and I forgot. I skipped over it. I thought it was so messy and so sad. But also that remember they told the little girl told Hudson because Hudson said, "Mommy, what's the
it's a
divorce?" I
divorce.
said, "Oh
Exactly.
my, they messy.
Exactly.
They are
So,
so
and I
messy."
don't, and honestly, I think that they were talking about it. Caroline and Trina were talking about it, and the little girl, of course, picked it up and brought it back to the little boy. So why are
Mm-hmm.
you talking around your children like that?
Cause they messy.
Yeah, they
That's all it
miserable.
is.
They're miserable.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they
There's
miserable housewives.
always ways to spice it back up, and you just have to learn how to do that. And you know, Billy. Now, what I didn't understand was why Cooper lost his partnership. I don't care. Why would you even go to Francesca and tell her that it was you that beat up Devin?
because Cooper is such a good guy. And he went because he lied to her because Devin was kind of trying to blackmail him,
Mm-hmm.
and have him tell Francesca that he was in agreement with what Devin wanted to do, because
Right,
Devin was like, "Oh, I see a partnership coming in my name too."
right.
So Cooper is such a good guy. He was like, you know what? I can't even let this go through. So that's why he went and told Francesca. He's like, look, I don't believe in what Devin is asking you to do. And he said, and then that's when she said, I'm guessing that he didn't, how he got his eye, how he got beat up isn't true either. And he said it's not. And that's when she said, well, I have to go to HR. And he was like, because, I understand. But what killed me is she's saying she had to be so righteous and go to HR, but yet she hands him a key. You're his boss. How are you going to sit there and say you got to do the right thing and go to HR to tell HR about this fight, but yet you're doing the wrong thing by handing him some key, talking about here's the safe house. She told him straight up, don't go home. She don't deserve
Exactly.
you. She don't
Exactly.
But
deserve you. And she's getting you
Exactly.
into having you do stuff that's not even you. So
but
I'm like,
Coop
yo, chick, how are you sitting here saying you got to take this story to HR, but yet you ready to sleep with him? And you giving him a key to your apartment, talking about you never. She said you never have to go home. I said, lady,
Coop really didn't have to say anything. Because here's the deal. We got into a fight. You had a sex party. You gonna take that to HR?
no, but listen,
But
here's
it
the
has to
thing.
come up. That's why he didn't tell
But
the
he
truth.
told her though, Kevin.
No,
He
he
told,
didn't tell her.
yes, he did. He said I
Cooper
did stuff
told
with.
her.
He said we
That
went to a party. He said
yeah.
we went to a party. So she's the one that said she's going to HR, not him.
No,
So
but what I'm
he told her the whole story. He said,
yeah.
listen, I went to the party. I did some stuff with Trina that I didn't want to do. Then Devin tried to do something with Billy. Then I stopped him, and that's why we had the fight. And that's why she said Billy doesn't deserve you. She has you out here doing stuff that you wouldn't even do. And she said, don't go home. You never have to go home. And she gave him the key.
But
So
what I'm saying is
yes.
I would have never fell for Devin's blackmail because I'm like this. What you gonna say? We were at a sex party? You gotta tell your dirt. If you're gonna go to HR, you're not gonna blackmail me. You gotta tell your dirt. So if Devin, it's
You could
honest.
simply start out and say you was at a party and he beat you up.
Prove it.
You don't have to prove it. Once you go to HR and your coworkers, it could happen outside the job, inside the job. It's a problem.
Hmm.
It's a problem. And it's a problem because it happened outside the job, but yet y'all could end up bringing it inside the job. So it's a
But
problem.
but
And
you
they
are
could
right
find you
about one
both.
thing. You are right about one thing. I don't know how you telling me you going to HR and hand me a key. That didn't make sense. I'm like, that's the most oxymoron. I'm looking like, so you're my boss telling you gonna have to go to HR, but then you hand me a key to go to your house.
You don't believe in
HR just got pushed out the way. I'd have held the key like
religion.
this and said, "You ain't going to HR now. We gonna go together." If we go to HR, because when you tell on me, I'm gonna tell on you. But he took the key, which
Because
is
that's
another
where he
messy
wants to
thing.
be.
Then if that's where he wants to be, then go be there. But I mean, he's struggling, and this is my thing with, like I said, it's a time, and I've been there, but there's times you just got to cut your losses, and that's what Cooper needs to do: cut your losses. Because Billy is, I mean, because when they was talking that night, that morning, and she said, "I'm sorry," I was sick of hearing it. Just listen to the episode. I'm like, and he said, "I'm sorry." She says it the same way every time, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm sick of hearing it. I'm sick of your sorries." Okay, what's the solution? I'm sick of your sorries. Sorry doesn't cut it no more. We done heard it over and over again. You might as well go be with. You might as well go out there. I told Brad no. Look what you had to go through to tell him no. Mm-mm. But everybody's a mess. I just know that Brad. I still think Brad. I mean, the way you put it, I understand Brad's point of view. Uh, to me, Brad should have just said, "Look, ain't nothing popping off here. Go home to your wife." But when you say he sent to look this man in the face and said, "I asked your wife to marry you while you with her," that was disrespectful. To me, that was very disrespectful. As a man, you're
Hmm.
telling me to my face you asked my wife to marry you while she's married to me. I could have went on him then. I can't get with that. I can't get with that. So Coop
But I
got him.
don't think,
I mean,
I mean,
he's a decent guy and that stuff. He has, but I'm sorry. Mm-mm.
Well,
Brad
let
did
me let me let
Billy.
me add this though. Billy has said, I want to say I can't remember if she was talking to Sasha or who she was talking to, but she said, I don't want my husband, or I think maybe when she was talking to the ladies, I don't want or to Trina, because she went to see Trina too. And
Hmm.
remember, Trina told her off and said, but anyway, she said, I don't want my husband fantasizing about somebody else. I said, Billy, are you serious right now? But
Yeah, oh,
yes,
they both all the way wrong. All of
yeah,
every daggone character on here is all the way wrong. All the way wrong. You
I,
can't have
It's
you only want what you want
when you want
with
him.
Brad, and your husband can't do. How do you know he's not already fantasizing about somebody else? He just hasn't written it because
he fantasizing about
loves
Francesca.
he loves the attention that he's getting from Francesca. He loves it. He absolutely loves it. And the fact that she took his project and moved it into partnership with the group, absolutely. He's loving it. And he even, I mean, of course he says it when she calls him at home and he's like, yes, they are. They tell them that they are they're going to accept his project, and he was like, oh, my new boss, she absolutely loves me. They've been stroking your ego the whole time, boo. They've been stroking your ego the whole time, and you know it. And now your wife isn't happy, so you got to figure out how to fix that and maintain being the superhero at work. You can't do it. You can't do it. You got to shut one of them off at the end of the day. Drop it at the door and pick it up when you come back in. I absolutely am. That was when I was working a full-time job. My personal life did not come to work. That you can't do that. And now you done told Devin. Now you done told your boss about your business, and she's in love with you because she wants her
Here
change.
go my girl. Here go my girl. Thank you for showing up. I think Cooper appreciates it. Thank you, girlfriend. Thank you. You saved the day.
Whatever.
I
I
think
guess I guess she does. I guess he does appreciate it because he's not giving the same attention to his wife at home. I guess he does. She's
no.
at
Okay,
home
so wait.
taking care of
Let
his
me
children.
let me add this, right? This episode right here, episode 8, it was definitely heartbreaking, but at the same time there was some good moments in it, right? And they bamboozled us a little bit into the very end because I was feeling good the first time around. Like I already knew this time around what I was in for, because I saw it. But the first time around, I was feeling good because I was like, all right, they getting their life together. They having a happily ever after. He came to that school and he let them know, I love my
Mhm,
wife, right?
mhm.
Cooper is forever letting us know,
That was
I
my hero
love.
moment until
No, let me finish. He forever let the people know, I love Billy. He didn't have to come there and save her, okay? Because she deserved to get dragged because she's been so messy to him. It's unreal. But he came to that school, he saved the day, he saved her, and he let all of them ladies know, don't you dare talk about my Billy, okay? I love her. Then they left like the nice happy family. They went and got their ice cream, and then they go to the play or whatever the case may be. But Billy, she act like for 2.2 seconds. She don't want her husband. She's claiming that she's okay with not having that particular sex, but that's what she wants. Because her husband, Kevin, he stepped up his game. He was doing what had to be done. And what did she do? She still ran off to Brad.
mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, she ran off because she was. I mean, she just can't get enough, and so it's like that's why when she came there, and here's the crazy part: if her and Brad was just sex buddies, I got you. He wants to marry you. What makes you think he could just have sex with you?
I don't think he
Oh,
wanted.
because she's selfish.
But I just don't like when you get in that situation, and I think a lot of people. And I'm not condoning cheating in no way, shape, form, or fashion. But I think the problem when people have a problem cheating, they get in a relationship while they're in a relationship, as opposed to a hit it and quit it. And so I don't see how he can, if he have feelings for her. If I know I got feelings for you, right? You know what I mean? And I'm dumb enough to really sleep with you because you gotta. How am I not gonna turn that off? Turn that on and off?
Well, see, we gotta wait to see what's actually gonna happen. Yes, that's here we go again. That's exactly what I said. Like she got the nerve to tell Brad, "I'm not gonna leave my husband." I'm like, "Yo, do you think you're the only one with options and choices here? Cooper not gonna make a choice? Yes, it's just a hot sex mess. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But you know what though? Here's the problem that she's not acknowledging either. The thing between her is she's thinking she can keep this just as sex if Brad were to do it. First of
Mm,
all, I'm gonna tell you this: the way they portrayed this and wrote this out, the minute Brad touch her, she's not gonna be able to get her mind right.
Mhm.
She's not even gonna be able to get her life together because you just literally seeing this man and you lose your mind. She saw him at Sasha's opening for 2.2 seconds and she couldn't get her life together after that. She looked
Nope.
back and she saw Brad.
hold on, he was there
Yeah, you
Yes.
yeah, you need to go back and watch it again,
Did
my
you
brother.
miss that? He was
when she
standing at
looked
the
up. When
top
she
of the
looked up,
step.
He was there.
He was there.
He was there. And
He was there.
she only saw him for a second. And then when she kept looking back, he was gone. But she couldn't even get her life together
I, I
once
thought
he was
I
no longer
thought that
there.
was her. I thought that was her thinking about him. I
No.
honestly did. Okay.
Because the beginning had her dreaming of them being married, dreaming of them having that life, dreaming of the baby, dream, and I was like, Has she lost her mind standing there with this man?
Mm-hmm.
You're really gonna put yourself in that kind of situation, and your husband's upstairs in the room nursing a broken hand because um he
Because of her.
saved the day for you. He saved the day for you. Now, not only is he losing his partnership and has to
Might
go
lose
back to
his
being an
job.
employee. Well, I don't. I knew he wasn't going to lose his job because I
I
didn't
knew he
think
was going
Devin
to lose his
wasn't
job.
going to. I didn't think Devin was going to have to do a tell-all, because that way, everybody at that party would have had to come in and did said what actually happened. So
I
I
will
don't
give
think
this
he
to
would have put
Devin.
him in that predicament.
Devin was a man by stepping up and saying, you know what? He squashed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I respected Devin for that. And I also respect Devin, even though Trina ain't happy and ain't really having it. I respect Devin for saying, you know what, this is it. Like, I don't want this life anymore either. You know what I mean? There were moments in the series where I was like, okay, I can now respect this person. I give them some credit. I also give the one woman who had her daughter, I forgot her name, that had her daughter being mean to Hudson. She
Carolina, I think
recovered.
her
She
name was.
recovered too. She recovered too. Because remember, when Hudson came to school, she had the daughter give Hudson a flower.
Right.
Um, they were dead wrong for what they did, but I respect it. Billy is making everybody around her messy. Yes,
Yeah,
she is.
yeah, she is.
Yes, she
She
is.
is. But the thing about it is Trina shouldn't have lied. Trina lied from the beginning.
That
Trina
was
shouldn't
messed
have
up.
lied.
Yes,
And she just needed to fess up that the party just got out of hand. Yes, we took them to a party to spice things up in their relationship, but she made it seem like Billy and Cooper took them to a party.
right.
Well, she shouldn't have. She should have told them from the door where they was going. That's just outright. Just
No,
if,
but we're
if,
talking about the part,
Mm-mm.
Kevin, where Trina lied to the rest of the ladies and said
yeah,
the
yeah.
opposite.
Mm-hmm.
She said that Billy and Cooper took them to a party, and she's the one that took them to the party. So yeah, the whole circle is a hot mess to different degrees.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
Billy is the worst, but Trina and Devin was coming like a close, second. Uh, Um, but Trina is messy,
Oh, yes, she
messy.
is.
She's messy, yes. And she was like, and she punked Billy when Billy came to her house because she was like, oh, your husband don't want you.
hmm
Because when Billy was like, we working it out, she said, your husband don't want you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it's just it's a lot to dissect. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I will say, did you see when Devin tried to hold Trina hand? Yeah, when Cooper was giving his "I love Billy" speech, Devin wants a real marriage. Yes, he does. He does. And Trina snatched her hand away. Yes. Uh
hmm
huh.
That's
I
because
actually love
Trina
the
can't
wardrobe.
get her way.
Yeah, that's it. I actually love the wardrobe in this series too because Francesca dressed
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a good wardrobe in this series.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot to dissect in episode 8. One, trust, and when we talk just generic relationships, I'm now starting to wonder, once trust is broken, do you ever really get it back?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
And,
And
It,
and
that, go ahead, Kat.
it
no,
can. I just think it's a long road.
mm,
Like how he says, trust can be dropped so easily, but it takes a lifetime to earn it back. And so when you get that trust, to drop it is a short road. To get it back is a long ass winding road because you really have to have that person trust you. So when you don't trust somebody, now everything they do you're not trusting. Like you're putting the tracking on somebody's phone. That's too much for me. You know what I mean?
Yes,
That's
this
too much for me. We got enough in our day to day 40-hour plus work weeks that we got to deal with. Now I got to track where the hell you going.
Smoocher Bean, yes, we did know that the actors Billy and Brad are dating in real life. He's from Australia though, and he's 36, and I want to say she's 42. And she has three children in real life. I'm just hoping, and I had mentioned this to Kev. I'm just hoping that in real life he's not a Brad. I'm hoping, I'm hoping because right now he's back in Australia. Yeah. So, but yes, I did. And you said me too. The clothes are awesome, but I feel Sasha still has to do her own hair.
Oh, I tell you, y'all are a mess. I love
Sa-
it.
Sasha is cute though. Sasha is cute. Yeah, and you said what? That makes sense. They have amazing chemistry. They really it shows through the screen. And let me tell you, all the actors, including Hudson, all the actors in this series, their emotions are so real. I'm telling you, I feel Cooper's pain through the screen. And maybe that's why I'm feeling so hard for him.
Team
I
Cooper.
feel his pain
Team
through the
Cooper.
screen. And wait, and Kevin, when he went to see Brad, I felt his pain. And when Brad finished talking to him, that's the only reason why I gave Brad some points. When Brad finished talking to him, some of his pain lifted
Mhm.
because when Brad told him, your wife told me no, you're the one she wants, some of Cooper's pain lifted and I felt good for Cooper. And so he ran home to love his wife and to make things work because this man told him, your wife doesn't want me.
Now
Hudson is
did
my
he
little boo boo. Yes, he is.
now
Oh my
now
God.
now
He's
hold
a
up.
cutie pie.
Hold
Yes,
up.
yes.
Did he go to Brad because Francesca's an option?
Nah. Someone said it earlier. He's appreciating he's appreciating the attention that Francesca is giving him because he's not getting it from Billy, but he doesn't want Francesca. He wants his wife. And he has said it over and over and over again. It would be like you, Kevin, if you're married and you have this other chick that's showing you all this attention, but in your mind, you like, it's nice that this girl is saying I look good or whatever the case may be, but I want my wife. I wish my wife was giving me this attention. Um, Cooper has never really fed into Francesca like that. He only is weak. I mean, he's human. He's only weak because every effort he gives to Billy to make this marriage work, Billy is just socking it to him, socking it to him. And I will say this, although Francesca's wrong, what she said is right. Your wife doesn't even appreciate you. She's putting you in these positions. She said, that is not you, Cooper. And he doesn't even recognize himself. And he's in these situations because of Billy. That's
But
it.
did he
That
not put
sex
her in the
party was
situation?
not Billy's fault.
Hmm?
The sex party wasn't Billy's fault. They
No,
had no idea that they were going to that.
no, it wasn't. But you know what, though? I told y'all, I agree he was wrong for telling Trina to do it. But
But,
I don't know.
He was wrong for not
but,
leaving. That's my thing. When your wife said I'm done,
and I've said it in the beginning. Oh, I get it. And I said it in the beginning that
Thank you. Here we go
he's
again.
she hasn't, it's all about her needs. It's all about her needs, her
Hmm.
sexual needs. And Cooper's not giving it to her. He's just not. He's not doing things that he's done earlier in the marriage. And now she's calling out for attention. And he's like, you know,
No, you gotta let that go now, though, Francis.
No, I
because
can't. I cannot.
no,
I
I'm gonna
can't.
tell you why. Because in
I can't.
episode 8, they
Mhm.
showed him pulling his whole situation together.
Oh, I
He
saw. I saw he was trying to make an effort, but you can't make that effort if y'all don't really talk about it. They're still not talking about this. They need help outside of the household. They need help. We all see it. And Billy, she needs to go see a sex therapist because that's not what her husband wants. To me, this is if you listen to, well, I listened to 50 Shades of Grey. I didn't read it. So I listened to it. And there's a part, well, there are other books on 50 Shades of Grey where it's just Christian talking in his point of view. So the doctor that Christian goes to see, he is telling um
Here we go again, solving the issue for y'all. I appreciate you,
She
girlfriend. Thank
lost me
you
when she
for
said the
coming
sex party was
on.
Trina's fault.
But the sex party, what happened? The
no,
sex party
no, it's
was
not.
Trina's
No, it
fault.
wasn't. No,
Okay,
it
but
wasn't. Cooper
but
Cooper
this
should
is
have never
real talk
said
right
yes.
here.
Cooper
This
should
is
have
no,
never
no,
said yes. It
no. But
wasn't
wait,
that he
hold on.
wanted Trina.
Hold on one second. This is real talk right here. It really isn't just about sex for Billy. Brad is her soulmate. That's what's going on here, y'all. And she messed up by marrying Cooper. But now she wants to stay in it because she has the 2 kids. And she talking about, I like my life here. No, you like the idea of this house and this in the suburbs with these 2 kids, but you still want to go run around with Brad. You can't have both worlds. Brad is her soulmate. That's why I'm telling you right now. If she lay down with Brad, it's over. Why? Because she ain't gonna be able to shake that off. Thank you, girlfriend.
Go ahead, Francis, finish.
Yes, the party was not Trina's fault. It was Cooper, 100%.
Cause he said go ahead and do it.
Exactly. His wife was standing there in distraught. So that to me said, you know what, you little imp, see what you've done to me. I'm going to do it to you. And she
And
and go ahead, Kev.
no, Francis. And how long he lasts?
Not long enough. So it's
I'm like
Billy.
this.
I don't know.
She probably was embarrassed that he only lasts 3 minutes in front of her. That's all. You anyway.
It
But
wasn't. It wasn't what because Cooper does not want Trina at all. He's not into Trina at all. It's not
No.
his thing, but he just wanted Billy to hurt like he was hurting.
I want you to finish that 50 Shades of Grey analogy. I was trying to get
Oh,
into. Okay.
okay. Well, the doctor wanted Christian to see that um
Cause
what
they
is
crazy, girlfriend. But go ahead.
yes, I'm not saying it wasn't, it was both Devin and Trina's fault. But in any way, Christian had to see the Anastasia um, life wasn't the way he wanted it to be. And in order for Christian to get her back, he had to pull back on some of the things that he wanted Anastasia to do. Now, it's not that Anastasia didn't like the freaky part of Christian. She just didn't want the full submissive part of being a part of Christian's life. So if it was all or nothing with Christian, and that's what it is with Cooper, it's all or nothing. You're gonna either accept me as I am, or don't accept me at all. Billy has the same notion in her head. You're going to accept me as I am or don't accept me at all. And neither one of them are saying this to each other. So
You
it's
you
never
you
going to be that because there's no way that Billy really still loves her husband. She's not in love with her husband at all.
no.
She's
She's in
not in
love.
love with
She's
her
in love with
husband.
the idea, and she's in love with the
Absolutely.
situation. But
Absolutely.
I thought about something, a movie we all seen before. Something Eddie Murphy said in Raw, and that's how I look at all these housewives. Somebody give you a cracker, and you hungry, you gonna think you got
The
the
best
best
cracker
crack
in the
ever.
world.
After 7 years, you realize I just got some regular old crackers, and now this is where you are. Because it was a blog where some woman said, if a Cooper's going to take care of me like that and give me two kids or whatever, I'll play with his limp penis all day. And another person said, and that's what she did. She probably accepted that because, like she said, he wasn't what she was used to. It was something new. She did say, we decided I should stay home. She had an ability because she's working and she's working on a PhD. Cooper gave her the opportunity to take a break and chill. Now she got the kids, she got the house, she ain't worried about the MasterCard Visa, she ain't worried about the rent. And Brad was the same way. But she got the happily ever after. Like Brad said, she wanted that with him. That was not him. Cooper was coming home at night. She was
Mhm.
wondering if Brad was coming home at night. So Cooper gave her that, but after a while she realized I got some regular old crackers. And she want to put some salami on it and some cheese and try to spice it up a little bit. But she want to drop the crackers and go back to go back to the cookies. She want the Oreos. She want the you know what I mean. So she want the cookies and she want the crackers. Instead of trying to spice it up, let's put little cheese whiz on the crackers or something. See if we can do something with it. She don't even try to do that. She just wants the crackers and a thing on the side. But that's how I look. Simple. It's that simple. It's like these housewives saw something and was like, you know what? This is what it is. And they accepted it. And then after a while, like Trina, that's why Trina was like this. That sex party was Trina's thing. And Trina was upset. Trina was highly upset. You done messed up my damn playtime. You know what I mean? Because now she had different penises to play with. Now she stuck with just Devins. So she's sitting up in there,
And
and
don't
that's the
say
whole.
much, Chelsea. You know better.
Hey, but the bottom line is she she got that life, and she realized after 7 years or 10 years altogether, because that's how long Brad was gone. She realized, like, yo, all of a sudden, I'm not. She pretended. That's how I take it. She pretended. Not saying she didn't love Brad. I mean, love Cooper. I think she loved Cooper. She wasn't in love with Cooper.
Mm-mm.
She was in love with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
She was in love with being a housewife. She was in love with being a mother. She loved Cooper, but she never loved Cooper as much as she loved Brad.
Mm-hmm.
She just couldn't get Brad to act right. Like I said, a lot of women don't marry their first choice. Brad act up. Brad wouldn't act right. But like I said, I still don't get how and you wasn't here to talk about this last night, Francis, but you ain't putting my stuff in no trash bags and throwing it on a doggone elevator, telling me get the F out your house, and you ain't got that much a hold on me. You ain't got that much a hold on me. I just don't get that one. You throw me out, guess what? Good riddance. That's that one. But yeah.
All right, so let me interject, right? So first of all, I don't think it's 100% like here we go again and saying it's not 100% about Cooper's sex game, right? Because you don't go from being this highly sexual person doing all of this crazy stuff in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you're not at the same exact level or have the same exact appetite. So what I'm trying to say with that is, he was pleasing her a certain way in the beginning, but it was nowhere near the level that Brad was doing it. So
Nope.
she accepted that.
Mm-hmm.
So you accepted what you was getting and you was okay with it. And I don't care. Let's throw sex out of it for 1 second. 18 months, you married for 8 years or whatever, and you have out of that 8 years, 18 months is when you have some problems that are not really major problems, and it's going to send you through drifting, then you're not built for marriage anyway. Okay? Because when you're in a relationship, especially when you marry, it's a roller coaster ride. There's
Mm-hmm.
going to be some ups, there's going to be some downs. And like I said before, you going to bail out when we down, then you ain't built for this. And so the thing you have to recognize, and I need y'all to just admit this, the thing you need to recognize is Cooper is the stand-up person. He is fighting for this marriage tooth and nail. So if they ever do get a divorce, this ain't on Cooper back because he has come and defended his wife over and over and over again. He even told Francesca he loved his wife and won his marriage. She talking about when you get divorced. Ladies, slow down. You telling him not to go home. Ladies, slow down. So Cooper confessed his love to Billy. He confessed his love at the school in front of all these people. Brad knows he loved Billy. Billy knows that Cooper loves him. But the problem is Billy don't love Cooper. And so that's why on that note, Cooper needs to be out. He gave it everything he had. But I'm going to tell you this. Brad's done it before. Even if she get with Brad, she going to find herself on them streets again. And I think in the series too, maybe she going to get with Brad. And once Francesca gets a hold of Cooper, she ain't letting her claws off of him. So Billy's going to be in a whole lot of trouble. If Francesca get in that bone, he's done. He's done because everything he's not getting from Billy, Francesca going to give it to him, and she's going to give it to him good. And Francesca won't let go. And Billy's going to find herself like she did the whole time with Brad. She's going to eventually find herself back on them streets again. And you got to understand the reason why him throwing her bags in that elevator didn't mean nothing, Kevin, because he done it the whole time they was together. He's done horrible stuff to her. And she takes them back over and over and over again. You kissing somebody at my cousin's wedding. You didn't want me to have the baby. So that throwing her stuff on the elevator, that didn't mean nothing to her.
Mm-hmm.
This 7 year itch.
So,
Go
you
ahead,
know,
Yeah,
Francis.
no, my thing is what I feel Brad did. Why Brad threw her out was because not only did she make him feel bad about not wanting the baby, now you've lost the baby. Now this just means that this is another loss in his life. And a part of that is the fact that his father is all out of this. He wants a relationship with his real father and he can't get that. And he doesn't think that he would have been a good father to this baby anyway. So him pushing her out of his life is like, okay, and she's like, you're just going to come back anyway. And he was like, yeah, no, not this time. No, I'm done.
He's messy. He playing that role though.
Mm-hmm.
He playing
mm-hmm.
that role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Throughout. But I just think that she tried it, it didn't work, and she's trying, and she realized she's bored in that situation, and now she's where she, because the first thing she did when they started to get back together, what she do? Apply for a PhD. You know what I mean? And so I just think that her and the other housewives got into a comfortable situation for security reasons, and but after a while realized they were bored. You know what I mean? They were bored, and so that's where they at right now. So Unfortunately,
Is gone.
Cooper is in the middle of this, and it's going to take the brunt of it. I really want to see what happens with Devin and Trina. Um, I really want to see what happens with Devin. I think Trina going to do some creeping. They took away her sex parties. She gonna creep, and she gonna be out. She gonna be out. Mess around, she sleep with Brad. I don't know, but Trina gonna be out. Trina
Yeah,
gonna be out.
really is confused. She really is. She it's not and it's the fact that her husband isn't giving her intimacy now. He's just coming home to make sure, and this is just how I saw it, how um he's paying more attention to the children than he is his wife. And when she's asking him, you know, let's take
Not
care of it,
now. He
he can't
recovered
take
in
care of it.
episode 8. He recovered in episode 8
What did
because
he
you saw
recover?
them. You
What did
saw.
he
Oh,
recover? The fact that they had sex in the shower?
no, 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 no. Before that, you saw all the scenes. One, you see how them showing her going back to school is all playing in her minds. Like, okay, this relationship is getting better. They now coming together. They're understanding each other. She's back in school. They're kissing each other goodbye in the morning. They're showing more intimacy. They're showing them getting together. Only for the end for Billy to still lose it. That's why she does not deserve Cooper.
No, she doesn't.
You getting back
I
together
already
as a
said that.
family, huh?
I no, I absolutely believe that she does not deserve Cooper,
No.
but they just because you work something out don't mean that it's worked out. And
Well, go ahead.
no, it's the first thing she talks about is what he's not doing for her, and what we see, he's given her all of this. He's romanced her. He's cooked for her. And now they're married with 2 kids. That's supposed to stop. That's supposed to stop because you're married with 2 kids. Come on,
No, he
maybe
had a
it's just
rough
not me.
he had a rough spot, but he recovered. I mean, you gotta give
After she
somebody.
started writing about another man.
Yeah, but so what? You still recovered.
Okay, okay, if you say so.
Yes, I do. I do. I do.
It's,
See,
it's, it's
listen,
my,
let
I
me
guess
tell
it's
you
my
something.
personality because it's bull. It's bull for me. You want your cake and eat it too. I want my cake and eat it
Who,
too. We
Cooper?
can't. But yes, he does. He wants his cake and eat it too. You
Cooper just
do as
wants
I
his
say, not as
family.
I do. And she's like, you know what? I really want this intimacy with Brad, but I can't because I'm stuck in this marriage. And you obviously are trying to save a marriage that you really don't want anymore.
She only she's messy, right? The only time she starts to cry about Cooper is when she thinks Cooper is about to, like, she's about to lose him.
Mhm.
Okay? That's the only time she really halfway cares about Cooper. When
Yeah,
she thinks go ahead.
what you was and then she gets this new Apple iPad and she starts writing better things about her husband because a lot of it has to do with the fact that she couldn't even acknowledge the good that Cooper had done for her. She really couldn't acknowledge it. It was all about the intimacy she had with Brad and the explosive sex she had with Brad and that she's no longer getting in her marriage. It wasn't there anymore for her. So now Cooper is like, I didn't even know that this was an issue. How do you not know? How do you not know? You don't know that your wife is not happy because you're not doing the things that you were used to doing over and over and over again. And now she's missing that and don't know how to express it to you or won't express it to you. It's not that she didn't know how, she won't express it to you. But she decides to write this dumb journal that he didn't cut off on day one.
But
So
you keep saying cut off, right? My thing is she. Oh, how? Let me see what happened here. Okay, I lost all of us for a minute there. You keep saying, unfortunately, Billy has created a whole set of baggage for Cooper. Thank you, girlfriend. I was trying to get the words in my mouth. Thank you. Yes, she has. Billy created this storm. Billy created this storm. The whole problem in every situation, the root cause is Billy. And Cooper, you saying Cooper should have cut it off at as soon the minute he's seen it. You can't cut off her brain and her thoughts.
then it would
You
have been
can't.
her brain and her thoughts not on paper.
Well,
You're following this book this journal that she's writing and doing things in that journal
okay, so let's
because
let's
you
stop.
you
Let's
think
stop
this
for
is
one
what your
moment.
wife
Let's
wants.
we okay. How he will now be the guy who was burned, and so the other chick is going to have to work. Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
Can
Francesca
I
would be the rebound.
can I say
yeah,
something real quick?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I go back to the movie Waiting to Exhale, and my analogy of that movie was women who made bad choices in men, and I look at this series as people who just made bad choices all
Mm-hmm.
around. They just made bad choices. Brad makes a bad choice. Billy makes a bad choice. Sasha made a bad choice. Um, Francesca made a bad choice. Brad making a bad choice. This is a bunch. This is a bunch of people, educated, smart, with money, who are making a bunch of bad choices. And what kills me is that how can you? No one has, other than Sasha, when they were on the campus, no
You
one
are too
suggested
fucking.
Thank you,
You are
thank
too
Cooper's
you,
not
fucking
making a bad
thank
choice.
paranoid
you,
when he did
thank
make some
you.
I
bad
can I
Thank you.
can
choices.
I was
put
That's
10
waiting
bad
crazy.
choices up
on
there.
my feet.
Cooper,
I,
Kevin, let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. First of all, if you meet someone and they're presenting themselves a certain way, what you're not going to take them for face value? Billy came to Brad when they met and they were talking. Billy hid a lot of information. She hid a
true,
lot of stuff.
true.
So he married and accepted the person that she presented. He didn't know all this hidden nonsense. Okay.
Okay,
So how did he make a bad decision? Cooper loved Billy.
you're
You in
right,
love,
but
you ask the person to marry you, they say yes. You think you marrying this person, and later on their representative shows up, and you like, well, what happened to Billy? What
okay.
happened? Where Billy at?
I need
Where
to.
is
I'm
here?
okay. I need to ask a couple of questions. Answer yes or no.
Okay, go ahead. Hit it. Hit
Okay.
it.
When he first read the journal, not addressing it was a bad choice. Yes or no?
Not addressing it? Yeah, it was a bad
Yes.
choice.
Masturbating to what she was writing, was that a bad choice? Yes or no?
It happened. So Kevin, here's the
Yes
thing.
or no? Masturbating to what your woman's writing about another man, is that a bad choice? Yes or no?
I'm not gonna say it was a bad choice. I mean, who did he harm? Who did he
Okay.
harm?
We're gonna skip.
Yeah,
Uh,
Skip.
we can skip. Okay. Uh, what's the other scene? I'm trying to think of the other scene.
Girl, thank
Following,
you.
following
Thank
him
you.
around, following him into the gym. Is that a bad choice? Yes or no?
Kevin, where you going with this line of questioning?
You're saying Cooper didn't make any bad choices. I'm asking you. I'm asking you to answer the question. Going to the gym, following that man around, was that a bad choice? Yes or no?
It was a horrible decision. But see,
Going to the dinner, was that a bad choice? Yes or no?
his wife asked him to go.
Was that a bad choice? Yes or no? Not leaving the
In
dinner,
hindsight, it was a bad choice.
not getting up from the dinner. That even once you saw that your wife saw this man not snatching her behind out of there was a bad choice.
I don't know
Not
what
making
you
sure
call
she
bad
got
choice.
home was the bad choice. Going to see Sasha After you just had this bad situation, that was a bad choice. I mean, it was for his business, so I guess I'm gonna let that one go.
Francesca.
Francesca. Oh, let me go back. Having sex and watching football, was that a bad choice? Because you say he has made no bad choices. Having sex with your wife and looking at the game, was that a bad choice? So, like I said, everyone made bad choices. You're trying to come up for Cooper. I'm showing you like I said, I know at least 10 bad choices he made in that series.
Okay,
They
let me
all
say
made bad choices. I'm not
let,
saying he's the root of the choices, but he's made bad choices. The party was a bad choice.
okay, but let me see, Kevin. So first of all, the party, they didn't know if they was going to a regular party. They had no idea what type of party they
But
was
when
going
they
to.
saw it, did they have to stay?
No, they didn't. But he's saying
Okay,
that part
bad
going to the
choice.
party was a bad choice. So not leaving was a bad choice. Okay, whatever. So here's my thing.
Man, whatever.
Whatever.
The Cooper
Kevin,
fan club. Oh
no,
my God.
no,
Where
listen,
the Cooper
Kevin.
pom poms at? Where the Cooper pom poms at? I want to see the Cooper pom poms. Here we
Kevin,
go again,
no,
along with the
listen,
shirt. But get
listen.
her the pom poms. Get her the hat with the number one Cooper fan finger. Make sure
Look,
you get all that for her. Get the
let me
whole
let me
thing.
let me say this, Kevin. This is all jokes aside, right? Um, I'm taking the whole series into consideration when I say this. Overall, Cooper is the winner in this series. When you fighting for your marriage, he's taking these vows for better or for worse. And trust me, he's been through the worst. And he's still trying to save and love on his wife. Okay? The fact that Francesca is being an opportunist and like jumping on his back, a lot of men would have fell into Francesca's arms way before this moment right now. They would have fell into Francesca's arm because Billy is doing the most. She's doing the most. I'm looking out my window. I just had a fight. My hand all broken. I look out my window and you talking to dude? What the heck? What gives?
Okay,
So now
you're right.
I'm supposed to go outside and have yet again another fight over you, Billy? And
Why is he there?
why is Brad there?
Yes.
Forget about why Brad's there. You talking to him. You didn't have to go outside. You're disrespecting me. That
You're
man can do
100% right.
whatever he wants. That man
You're
can do whatever he
100% right.
wants.
But let's look at Cooper's problem in the situation. Okay?
What is
How
the
come Brad
problem?
goes to that? No, look at Cooper's fault in this situation. Right? Why is Brad at the house? Because Brad knows where she lives. Why does Brad knows where she lives? Because Cooper didn't make sure his wife got home from the dinner. She jumped on that bike. Stop
Kevin,
acting like Cooper has no fault in this
no,
situation.
Kevin, but your points are pointless, right? Because you're saying that this man knows where he lives and it's Cooper's fault because he didn't make sure that his wife got home. And I'm
Thank you,
saying, but
Sassy.
no, but listen, I'm the one that told you that. Y'all said she should have took a Uber. So yet again, that means that that's her fault.
Exactly.
Then that's her fault that Brad knows where she lives. That's not Cooper's fault. Cooper didn't make her get on that bike. She got on that bike.
And
So
Cooper shouldn't have left her at the
he should not
rest.
have.
First of all, that dinner should have never happened. When he saw the way his wife looked at that man and that man looked at his wife, they both should have taken their behinds up out of there. And she would have been at home and Cooper for the win. I know, I saw that mess too. And and you can't keep saying that Cooper isn't making bad choices. He is. He's
No,
making choices because why would you even agree to go to a daggone dinner for your
okay.
wife?
Do you remember that? I don't know who told Cooper this. Was it Devin? He said that Cooper was whipped. Like
Devin?
Billy pretty much had Devin told him that. Now I will say this. That's 100% true. And
Mm,
that's why Cooper agreed to the dinner. because Billy has Cooper wrapped around her finger. So
Cooper's
she's
not whipped.
like,
He's in love.
he's a mixture of both. He's a mixture of both. And every now and then he stands up and he pulls his manhood back. He stands
Cooper
up and pulls his
believes in his
manhood back.
vows.
He did it when he told her none of your business where I spent the night at. And he also did it when he told her, if you don't get home now, don't come home. Every now and then he stands up for
Narcissist.
himself. Yay, Cooper. And yes, Cooper and Billy did both make bad decisions. But
Mhm.
but Cooper's bad decisions is because of Billy. That's my word, and I'm standing on it.
So you can tell her it wasn't none of her business, but you still put yourself in the middle of this. Come on, man. I can't. I cannot. I
It
cannot.
ain't none of your business. I'm
Cannot.
the man. I'm the man.
Okay, you
I
the
didn't come
man.
home, and it's none of your business because
Okay.
you the reason why I didn't come home.
Okay.
You don't get to know
Okay.
nothing.
What? Yeah. Really?
Cooper stood up for
Okay.
himself.
Okay. Hmm. But because she was out in the streets and he couldn't get a hold of her.
Girl, thank you for your
Come
words,
on.
honey. Thank you for your words.
Yes,
Yes,
he was
Cooper is
supposed to be
supposed to
with.
be
Well,
with by his wife.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. But what's on the other side of that?
Her
Does being with me
undeserved
being
of
a
his
fool?
love.
That
Does
you that,
being with
that your wife no longer loves you.
does being with excuses you from being a fool?
No.
Thank you. It takes a fool to learn that love don't love no one.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
So now
Say that again. Wait, what you say?
it takes a fool. You don't know the song? It takes a fool to learn that love don't love no one. Love don't love you.
Exactly.
Love is an action, not a noun.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, love is a verb, not a noun. So the point I'm saying is, love is an action. So your actions, and when I sit there, Cooper is
Wait.
making bad decisions, and I'm looking at it like, okay, bruh, at some point, he pulls this man card out for you once or twice in eight episodes. Cooper needed to man up in the beginning,
Kevin,
huh?
Exactly. He
how
did.
are you blaming the only person whose hands are clean?
I'm not blaming the only. We all are in into it. I said it
Cooper,
was a group of
Cooper.
people who made bad decisions, and you're saying Cooper didn't make any bad decisions.
No, okay, listen, no. Let's do all jokes aside. Cooper has made bad decisions, but they were all because of Billy. All because of
You
Billy.
keep saying
And
because of Billy. You're a
yes,
grown ass man.
Thank
no, don't
you.
do that.
You're a
Don't do
grown
that.
ass man. I'm sorry. I would
Don't do
not
that.
care. I would not care. You cannot tell me if this is not what you do and you're vomiting in the toilet because it's not what you do. Cut it off right now. You either going to stop journaling or we got to find a way to separate because it's obvious you have a torch for this man and you're not giving yourself a reason to after 8-10 years you still have a torch for this man. Come
He
on.
he 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 doesn't want to bail out his marriage that easy, y'all.
And that's
I'm gonna use your words against you.
fine. He
Okay,
should.
use my words against me. What?
When we
Talk to
talk
me.
about when we on our private talk, when we talk about the whole scenario about the homeless man with the money hanging out his pocket, right?
Yes.
And you said you see a homeless man with money hanging out his pocket, and you push it back in. That's your integrity. The fact that you're hungry, you're not gonna let that change your integrity
Right.
because you know that's not your money. So you're saying Billy is making him change his integrity. So as a man, he has no integrity.
No, whoa. What are you
Because
talking about?
the choices he's making, integrity. Let's look at it like this. As a man, like I said yesterday, my job as a man is to provide for my woman. So and say, okay, she makes more than me. I at least can provide security and safety in the comfort zone. If you say I'm uncomfortable, it's time to bounce.
Okay, so
Because
Kevin,
you're excited. Nah, we can't go. We can't go. That's a bad decision.
okay, so
Don't
Kevin,
blame that on Billy.
so Kevin, you're married. Okay,
Yes.
your wife is writing a diary about somebody else. What are you gonna do?
We're gonna address it.
Okay, so you
I ain't
address
gonna
it how?
masturbate to it. I can
No,
promise you that much.
Kevin,
I ain't gonna
address
snatch one
it,
off. Talking about,
address it
oh yeah,
how?
she ain't Zane. This ain't a Zane book.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's not integrity, Chef Kev. It's Cooper sliding out of his character. Girlfriend, you got the words in you. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay? Not
Here we
integrity.
go again. We gonna fight after this. I'm letting you know.
Yeah, well, you can
We
fight.
gonna
But
meet
she got
somewhere.
the
We gonna
words.
duke it
She got
out.
the words. She has the words. It's not integrity. He slipped in and out of his character. All in the name of love for his wife. For his wife. And you keep saying, Kevin, oh, if my wife write a diary, we gonna address it. But if your wife doesn't want to address it, what you gonna do? You gonna force the words out of her?
But
She wants to address it.
she tried to.
She wants to address it.
But
She
I'm
said, let's talk about it.
yeah, but yeah, she wants
But
to talk about it, right? But how about this, Kevin? All the times that he did try to give it to her, did she stop him? When he first read it and he grabbed her by the neck and threw her over the counter, did she say stop?
I'm
if
gonna
that's what
tell
she
my
wants.
husband, stop. You haven't touched me in 18 months.
Girl, y'all
Are
gotta
you
stop. I
serious
can't. I
right
can't. What are you? So you sending her mixed messages? You want to talk about the diary? Then let's talk
now?
about
It
it.
wasn't
Don't let
until
her grab
episode
you
3 that she
and
wanted to
give it
talk
to
about the
you.
diary.
No,
She
You can't
even
talk and
told
have sex.
Sacha.
no.
You
And
can't talk
he's
and have
Was
sex.
she talking
following up.
though? Was she talking? Was she talking?
Neither one of them were.
All right then.
They was
Neither
breathing
one of
heavily.
them
But I'm
were.
saying is,
So is
I'm
she?
not.
Y'all said you wanted to talk about the diary. So talk about it on the onset. When he grabbed you, say, "Hold up, no, stop. Let's talk about this diary." But she didn't, though, did she?
She was horny.
Get out of here.
She was the night before,
that's like
right?
answering the phone during
The
sex.
night before, he couldn't even satisfy her after
So
3 seconds.
what? We dealing with the diary now.
Okay,
You
so
said let's
so
talk
it wasn't
about it.
until she wrote it that he decided to act on it.
All right,
You
but
couldn't
she
have
didn't talk
acted on
about
it
it.
before. You couldn't have acted on it before. You couldn't have acted on it before.
Answer that, Kev. Answer that, Chef Kev.
What I'm, but how can I know if she lies if we haven't talked about it? Everything's in the journal. She's lying later on when he brings it up because they done gone so far past. But it should have been addressed. Like I said, she's lying to him when she says,
Kevin.
"I'm still not in love with Brad." She's lying to him, but it goes through so many different things before it gets to that point.
Exactly.
As I'm saying, if you
Kevin.
start here,
Kevin. Kevin. She lied before she said I do. She never told, she act like Brad was not a big deal. She said, "Oh, was this guy Brad?" No, that's
yeah,
not no this guy. That was the guy. He was the one. And when you're pregnant and lose his baby, he's not just this guy. And in series 2, in the second season, I have a feeling that's gonna come out and that's gonna break Cooper. I'm gonna have to jump through the TV and give him a hug.
well, you and here we go again can give them both a group hug. Y'all can do the Will Smith. Y'all can do a nice group hug because y'all
Wait,
doing the most.
here we go again. She said when they first met and they was having dinner, she mentioned Brad. She mentioned there was this guy Brad, but she act like it was nothing. Chef Kev, what she say? Let me hold on.
Oh, you crazy?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Y'all,
That, I
both of
was
y'all
trying
smoking the
not to get
same.
on him. I was trying not to get on him. Here we go again. I'm glad you said it and not me. Thank you. Yes, he was. That's the whole thing I was
Y'all
trying to
smoking
get him
something.
to
I ain't
admit.
following nobody. I ain't got that much time. I got a job. I don't know about y'all. I got work. I ain't got time to be following nobody.
Get out of here. Get out
I
of
ain't never
here.
followed. And my whole 51 years of this earth, I ain't never followed not one woman. I lie to you not. I've never followed nobody. For what? To do
Okay.
what?
Okay.
I ain't
And
following
yes,
nobody,
thank
no
you. And
Jim.
thank you, Boo. Cooper has a job. He good.
Yeah,
He has a good
He
one.
good.
Cooper
He
has a
good.
exactly.
good job.
He has an
He good.
excellent job.
He has
He
a
good.
really, really good job.
But
I
he
still ain't
also
following nobody.
he also called Devin and said, "Can you cover me? I need to take care of something." And then you go and take yourself to size up another man. Why?
He ain't go to
Now,
size him
but
up.
but here's the
That's
crazy
crazy.
part, right? Hold on. You can get Devin to cover for you, but you got to take a phone call with your wife.
Kevin, you had no boss that ever called you at home?
No,
I have
Yeah,
text.
I know you have. Come on.
Yeah,
You have.
no. But have you had a boss that called you at home that you knew that was in love with you, or
no,
had a torch for you, and
no.
telling you all of these things about you, stroking your ego while you're at work? Oh, you're the best chef out there, and I love it when you make certain meats and cook it to its perfection. And yes, you all need to follow suit with what Kevin is doing, because he makes the meat fall off the bone.
I
Don't do
never had that happen, but if it did, I'm not gonna tell my wife she loves me. I'm not gonna do that much. I ain't a damn fool. I may be a fool, but I ain't a damn fool. Wrong, bruh. Who is that? Oh, she wanted to change the schedule for tomorrow. Talk about I holler back at later. He ain't doing all that. I don't know who y'all married to. That'd have been a fight in my house. No,
So you
no.
you would lie.
It depends. I ain't gonna tell. I ain't gonna tell her. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, she loves me." I'm just not gonna say it. But
So
I'm not
you
going to. But
so
also,
you
I'm
say
not going
you
to masturbate to her talking. Like I said, unless she's Zane writing a book, I'm
forget
not
about
mas.
forget about Zane. First of all, Kevin, your emotions are your emotions. And there's things you may see that you don't know what's gonna arouse you. So he was reading this and he didn't even realize that what he was going to read or was reading was going to arouse him in that way. Because remember, he got issues going on anyway. So he happened to be reading, and this chick is writing in so much detail that he got aroused. Remember when he did go see Brad? This is how much detail she writes in,
it.
right? When he went to see Brad at his house,
Hmm.
in his mind, he pictured every corner in that darn house that they did it. Why?
Hmm.
Because that chick wrote it in her diary in vivid detail.
Hmm.
He had me bent over on the table. We did it in this corner. We did it there. He had three flashes in his head when he went to see Brad. That
That's why I
makes
would have been in that house.
that makes no sense that she was writing on that level and she's married. Again, like I said, if there was some old diary that she had that she wrote when that time actually happened and he found it, that would be one thing. This chick is writing it now and she's writing it in high level detail. And not one page does it tell, and forget about the 18 months because they got two kids. So they had sex at some point, right?
Hmm.
She never wrote no detail when I was with Cooper. And, maybe even
That's
if she wrote their first night or whatever the case may be, she has no vivid detail about that. But she has this vivid detail about some other guy that I didn't even know about because she didn't tell me about him. But now, if I trigger my brain, she mentioned him for a second and act like it was no big deal. So he's dealing with lies, deceit, the fact that she is lusting over some other man so bad that she's writing it in vivid detail. Yo, he got a lot going on,
You're
and
right.
it hurt. And wait,
You're
Kevin,
a
this is the
hundred.
part. This is the part you're not giving Cooper. It hurted him to his core. It's killing him, and you
I
see it in his
understand that part
eyes.
too.
You
I
see it in his
understand that
eyes.
part. But my thing is, he's making bad choices.
Yeah. Thank you. Here we go again. Here we go again. You know
Oh,
what?
I said that
Me
too.
and you are on the same road,
I said
driving
that
in the
too.
same direction,
I
and we need
said
to
that
get
too.
Francis and Ted on that road.
I
Go ahead.
said
I'm
that
trying to see.
too. I absolutely said that. I said that in this whole entire series, you never see her go down on him. You never see her give him what she believes he deserves. And I said that last week. I don't care what's going on. When that person that comes every month is here, I'm going to satisfy my man the best way I know how. I'm not going to give him my body because it's not about the sexual piece. It's about making him feel good. It's about making him feel good. So because, and even when he comes home and talks about what's going on at work, I can almost guarantee him saying, and Francesca says this was a great piece. And Francesca says, and when I never said that it was his fault for not doing it. I said he chose to stop the romance. He was already romancing his wife. He absolutely did that. But she has to play her part too. She absolutely has. She is, and you've been saying it the whole series, and we all agree with you. She is selfish. It's all about what she wants.
All the
And,
time.
and all of us are seeing all. I'm not saying that Cooper is a bad guy for wanting his wife. Absolutely. I would not, I'd never tell him that. Fight for your woman, but don't go and try to outdo something
That's
you're
not his
really.
intention, though. That's not his intention. And you know
Then why
what?
do it? Why do
Okay.
it?
Be the be
Because
the
he's
best
trying to
Cooper.
please
Stop trying to be Brad.
Billy. He's trying to
Be the
please Billy.
I know, but do it being the best Cooper, not trying to be Brad. All I can do is be the best Kevin. I can't be Ed, Steve, and Michael. I got to be the best me. Be you.
It was working all of this time.
Thank you.
But
It was working all of this time.
according to her diary, this is what she wants. This is
It
what she's
wasn't,
missing.
it was because she wasn't getting it for these 18 months.
Y'all killing me with the 18 months.
She wasn't getting it for the 18 months. That's how the diary started. It was
So
because she wasn't getting her needs met for those 18 months. That's when she decided that, hey,
thank you. Here we go again. I can't afford Cooper either. I got I got I got I got
I can't
nothing but love.
see, I can't see me chasing after no man that don't want me. I can't see me going and addressing no woman because my man decides that that's where he wants to be. As long as you're a grown man, I am not chasing you around the city looking to size you up on what I've done and not done. I'm just going to change what I'm not doing at home because
He
it's
tried all
obvious.
of that.
It's
He tried
obvious.
all of that.
He
What
He
tried
did
to
he
be
tried.
try?
somebody
Do
else.
what Brad did to her? He bought her that phenomenal dress, right? He bought it, the phenomenal dress, because that dress was bad as I don't know what, right? To take her out on the town, make love to her in somebody else's pool, because that's what he read. So you mean to tell me you're going to read this stuff, act on it, and then expect that your husband is what, 18 months? It's the 18 months that he didn't go down on her. That's the 18 months. That's what she's not getting fed, and neither is he, because he's working so much that he's not taking care of home. He's not
He's
taking care
not
of
taking
home.
care of home. He got to work.
His wife is
And
his
and
home.
she
I
always
don't
ends
care
up
what the
losing their
building looks like.
bag.
His wife is his home. His wife is his home. I'm sorry. I don't care how many kids you got. I do not care how many kids you got. Put their little behinds the bed and do what you need to do to make your
Here
wife.
we go again. Don't slip into Francis juice. Don't you dare. Don't lose me now. Don't lose me now. Let me tell you something. Don't even do it.
Your wife is your home. I'm sorry.
How these bills gonna get paid? Y'all need to stop.
What are you, oh, you mean to
Okay,
tell me?
hold up.
You
So
mean
you
to
can
tell
take it.
me
Hold up.
that he cannot go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
You can take a day off to follow somebody, but you can't take a day off to take
Because
your wife somewhere.
you know what? Okay, Kevin, let's do this. Let's do this. Let me tell you something. I already told y'all, and I'm gonna stick to this. You understand?
Oh, I know
All
you are.
day long, all day long, I will take a Cooper over a Brad all day long. And see, the thing with the Brads of the world, they will have you in the psych ward questioning your whole life and your whole existence. I'm not doing that. I ain't going there. Y'all can have the brats, okay? And you be like wondering, like, why am I here? And your girlfriends and your friends be coming to feed you, talk about, please eat. Don't worry about him. Let him go. Brad will have you all twisted up in a bind. He did it to Billy, their whole existence. So why Billy is still running after this is it blows my mind. And listen, I understand why she was in it, why she kept going back. But now that you got a taste of the other side, that's the part that's baffling to me is why is she still going for this Brad? But on Cooper's side, let me say this. The thing I respect about Cooper is you're in a marriage. This is not play play. This is not play play. This is not a girlfriend. This is your marriage. And marriage says for better or worse, thick or thin, richer or poorer, right? And she almost made them lose their money bag. Yo, he loves her. You became partner. You lost partner all because of her shenanigans. And you still like Team Billy. I'ma stand by my wife. And because you didn't give your wife something sexual for 18 months, she want to act crazy. Yo, you're getting to stay home, chick. There are mothers out there that have to go to work, then pick up their babies from some babysitter or the daycare or school, and then have to come home and cook their own dinner. She's getting to stay home, chill with her babies in this amazing home, and she's complaining about some minor stuff. Get your life together. This is the real world. Tell your husband,
Her
tell
husband has
understand.
been ignoring her.
Oh, so then you help your husband understand that he can't ignore you.
Thank
So when
you.
your husband comes home, wait, when your husband comes home, have some dinner ready. Have some dinner ready. Put the game on for him. Give him a moment with the game, and then tell him, okay, you got an hour and a half or whatever, and then it got to be me and you. He has to debrief from work. When you get off of work, you need a moment.
So
Whether your
me,
moment is in the
well,
shower,
I tell you what, my moment
yes,
to debrief my man, would be go upstairs, get in the shower. When you get out the shower, I'm going to massage the lotion in you. Okay, I'm going to, and that will be our time. It's not about the whole sex piece. He was not giving her the emotional
did
connection
y'all
that he used
forget?
to
Did
have.
y'all forget that he said, I didn't even realize that that's what I was
So
doing?
what?
Cooper is
So you
so
didn't realize it.
innocent.
So
He's
that
so
means that you're not
innocent.
doing it. You're not you've taken everything away from that relationship. I didn't say you.
Thank
You
you.
try
Here
to.
we go
Now
again.
you try to.
Thank you. Thank
She
you.
I
throwing the
know you
finance
trying to
in
be
there.
funny,
She throwing the
but
finance in there. He
That's
paid the
right.
car
I
note. He
know
paid
you
the
tried
house
to
note.
be
You're right.
funny. He didn't. He sure
Because
did
guess
not.
what? But hold up. Guess what? He got to live in the house and drive the car too.
Picture that.
Thank you.
Picture that.
But
Ain't
let me
like
tell you
he
something though, Kevin. Let me tell you something though, Kevin. There's a lot of men out there. They gotta live in the house and drive the car too. But guess what? You come home, you flick the switch, and the lights don't come on. Let's stop it. Stop it. So yo,
Cooper is. Coop-
he's doing the most. He has her in a beautiful neighborhood, in a beautiful home. Her kid going to the best school in the neighborhood. She don't have to worry about nothing. And this chick is using his money to buy dresses to go see Brad.
Oh, we talked about that.
But I'm just
She's
trying
a
to tell you.
whole ass. I tell you that right now. She ain't the asshole. She the whole ass. I say it all the way over and over and over again. And Olga is the best uh babysitter in the world. Cause you call her and drop a dime. She did. Olga must not have a family. Cause she sit there. So I'm not saying she don't have a life and she a whole ass. I'm saying is that the Cooper fan club, you're acting like he didn't make any mistakes and no bad decisions. That's all I'm saying.
But
Cooper
Kevin,
has probably made the least amount of mistakes, but he made nothing.
thank you, Kevin. The least of,
But they were wrong.
thank you, Kevin. But Kevin, let me say this. Cooper
You,
is 95 to 99 to almost 100% perfect.
thank you, Latia. Pull that up. Pull that up. Pull that up. Pull that up. Thank you.
I have been
Thank you.
saying that the whole conversation.
Thank you.
I've been saying that the whole conversation, and he knew that he was having intimacy problems.
If you don't feed the dog in the backyard, he gonna end up jumping in somebody else's yard. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry. Cooper is crazy for his wife. Absolutely.
He is
But
crazy in love with
he,
his wife, and I'm
he is
not saying that, but
crazy
he has
for
to
his wife.
understand.
He believes in his vows.
Listen, thank you. Here we go again. I could live with Cooper mistakes. At least with Cooper mistakes, my stuff won't
Exactly. And
end
we've
up in
said
hefty
that.
bags. Amen
We've said
and
that.
hallelujah.
But we've said
Okay.
that. We've never said that
It was glad it wasn't hefty.
that scene hurt
What
me
else
to
is
my
Kevin?
core. I said this woman just lost a baby that belonged to the both of you, and you throwing her stuff out the door. Wow.
Brad would have got an ass whooping that day.
Wow.
No,
I'd have just
Brad would
she
have
was
got
fell
an.
too
all
busy like,
in his
you
face.
don't mean it. You don't mean it. I know you love me.
Look, all I'm saying is this: if I was Billy, I'd have trashed that whole place. I'd have broke every guitar. I'd have kicked it. As he throwing my stuff in there, I'd have been kicking over the drum set. I'd have who you ain't know. I show you. You get the what? Get the f out. I start trashing that place. Smash. I'd have broke a guitar. I'd have broke the drum set. I'd have threw glasses. I'd have told him to kiss my whole entire ass. You gonna throw my stuff
I
out?
don't think
You
she was
gonna you
sweet
gonna be
because she was
just like I
still
gotta pick
bad.
my stuff up. You be sweeping up. I promise you that much. And be some glass breaking, some furniture moving. And you'll know when I left. You ain't walking back here no more. I ain't want to come back. That's all.
Let me say this too though. She needs to get rid of that pink jacket. She needs to donate it to Goodwill.
Yeah, she does.
She shouldn't still have it.
It looked like
She
something
does.
from Lisa and the Cult Jam. I wonder if I take you. Look like something from Benetton. Remember Benetton? I'm like, yo, is that a
Wait, yes,
Benetton jacket?
yes, he did. Yes, he did. He threw that jacket in her face.
I'd have
He's a
broke.
beast.
I'd have broke everything in that house. I tell you, I'd have trashed that place. I'd have trashed. He didn't need new furniture. He didn't need new furniture. He damn sure needed a whole new musical instruments. I'd have broke the keyboard. I'd have trashed that whole place. I'd have
Let's
poured
see.
some.
Wait, let's see.
Said nobody's negated
Y'all
anything
killing
that
me. I
Cooper
gotta get
fan
out of
King
here.
is saying, but he sure as hell not innocent. Amen. Miss Latia, we need to speak offline. We gotta get them right, girl. There's no way. I'm sorry. There's no way that Cooper is innocent in all of this, and I don't really care
Oh
that
God.
Billy is all. You're a grown man. You
Yeah.
made a
Oh
decision to
God.
marry her, whether she lied to you or not. You're a grown man. You're a grown man. I'm sorry. There's and I'm sorry. I can't. I can't.
I'm gonna have to do
Not.
a makeshift. I'm gonna have to do a makeshift T-shirt. Hashtag
Okay,
Cooper. I'll
we
wear.
got you.
I'm.
Well, do
What
your
you need?
hashtag
You want
Cooper.
to set up the Chronicles of Gray Head Diva wins for Cooper shirts? We can do that. We can do that. I can almost guarantee you'll get some sales.
And I'm gonna have a shirt called hashtag Jackass, and all their names gonna be on it. All their names gonna be on it. Cooper, Billy, Brad,
Sasha,
and Sasha.
Sabrina,
Everybody name gonna be on
all
it.
of them.
Hashtag Jackass.
Caroline, all
You
of it. I can't even remember the
listen.
other chick.
We can at least say this about Sasha. Sasha tried to get Billy on the right track for the
Mhm.
most part. She really did. Sasha loves Cooper and she wants to see them win. She wants to
Now,
see them win.
how did Brad get there? She invited Brad, or he just knew to show up there? Like that's a mind boggling. That's why I thought it was a thought process, like an imagination ahead with him
Mhm.
being at the
I think she just knew she wrote a book. I mean, remember they were sleeping together for a minute.
maybe
So
okay,
so
maybe you
he
know what they
probably
did
knew.
advertise it. Was it
Yeah.
advertised?
I'm
Who?
sure it was.
Which one? Sasha?
Yeah,
No, yeah, no. When
her
Brad
book
was at
opening.
the book reading or the thing, I thought it was her imagining Brad there.
Mm-mm. No, he
But
was
I'm
there.
saying why was he there? Because I don't think she would have invited him. Sasha's not that type where she would invite. I don't think she would have
But
invited
if
him.
the school has, if she's doing this from the school, I'm sure that they put it out publicly. And then, of course, the book is an actual published book. So I'm sure that he saw something online that Sasha was giving this book and doing, um, uh, trying to make sure that, and maybe she didn't invite him because he didn't stay long.
Now I have a question for both of y'all. Did you agree with Sasha's take on women uh, switching up once they get married?
You do well. See, it's a play on the words, right? Because y'all both have to submit to each other in some sense, right? When you come together, whether you got a friendship with your girlfriend, um, a relationship with a male or female, whatever it is you into, are you married? Um, you are, and I hate to use the word change because that could be looked at like so negatively, but you do conform so y'all can become we. So you're giving up a part of you. The other person is giving up a part of them in a sense, so y'all can have the we. But usually couples will have the we, but you still can be you and I still could be me. But that doesn't mean you be you with somebody else and vice versa. But you do give up a part of you to become the we. Absolutely. When you buy a home together or y'all come in a home together, y'all are making compromises because maybe I want everything pink. But when my husband come here, he's gonna be like, I don't want everything pink. So you compromise and you give in to the greater good, and y'all come to a middle ground. Okay, you decorate these two rooms, I get these two rooms, or sometimes you get a husband or whatever. They say, I don't care, you could do the whole thing. But overall, throughout the whole relationship, there's got to be a we, and to be a we, you got to give up some of you.
Mhm.
So I agree with what she's saying, but the way she said it was messy.
Mhm.
She said it as if it was a bad thing and you're losing yourself and you become this other person just to please your husband. But in a true relationship that works, both of y'all have given up something to please each other for the greater good.
Okay. Because she
Yes,
said women, I
marriage
think
does
everyone
equal
does it.
concessions.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was the way she isolated women. I think, like I said, I think everybody has to give in at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone, there's the man, woman, or whoever. I think
Mhm.
my brother said this. He always says he counsels people. Said the dumbest thing he ever heard a married couple says, "I'm not going to change." You got to change. He said the dumbest thing you hear people say, "Well, I'm not going to change." You got to change.
Well,
There's no
as
way
you
around that.
grow in life, though,
Yeah,
you change, right?
yeah,
You're
and
not the
yeah,
same yesterday that you are today, and vice versa. You're always growing.
yeah.
So, you have to grow together and learn each other.
Mhm.
And when you have these marriages that work and they've been together 20, 30 years, they'll tell you they went through some stuff. But the bottom
Absolutely.
line is they decided we were going to stay together regardless. And not stay together and unhappy, but stay together because we're fighting for a relationship and we love each other and we're not going to let nobody come between us. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but when we get into our relationship talk tomorrow, we can, get into that more. But yes, here we go again. Growth is change. Yeah,
Hmm.
you're going to, as you grow, you're going to change. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe one person might have been immature when they got married, but as they stay together and grow together and love each other, and they go through these different things together, it changes them, and it could change them for the better. But not only that, though, Francis, I love what you said, and I think it's so true. I think a key to any relationship is y'all keep your business to yourself, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. The
Absolutely.
minute somebody else can infiltrate y'all, that's where you're really going to start to have real problems. Okay. Sometimes people see a couple and they love what they see so much that they thinking I want that person instead of
Mhm.
thinking, oh, you can find your own person and have that type of relationship, or maybe even better. No, they're thinking that I need that person to have the dreams that I want to have. And that's when you have chicks trying to take somebody else's husband and the side
Mhm.
chick and all that. But we'll get into that tomorrow. But it's a mess. Keep your business to yourself. Don't tell
Absolutely.
nobody about the sex you having with your man.
I
Don't
don't
tell
care
nobody
how
about
good
the
of a
sex
friend
you
she
having with your
is.
woman.
I don't
Huh?
care how good of a friend he is.
Yep.
What goes on in your bedroom is none of nobody's business.
Else's
Period.
business.
Period.
There's a reason why there's a door on the room and there's shades on the window.
Hey.
I was
Keep
told
it to
that
yourself. Keep
there's
it
a
to
reason
yourself.
why there's a door in the room and shades on the window, or blinds on the window. Everybody ain't supposed to know what's going on in your business in your bedroom.
Exactly. I learned that a long time ago. That
And you can't vent to the wrong people. I mean, we all need to vent.
absolutely.
I say this before, your feelings need a home.
Hmm.
And if your feelings can't get the home with your mate, you're going to need to let them out. But you got
Hmm.
to watch who you vent to.
Exactly. Because there are
Mm-hmm.
people that'll go behind your back and tell your business.
Right. Yeah. Well, look at Devin. He venting to Devin. Devin talking about, can I read the diary? Messy. Messy. They just he's like, yo, can I read it? So let
That was funny to me when he said it. I bust out laughing.
it was funny.
I laughed.
It was
Well,
funny
I
yet
mean,
messy.
what made it worse was when he told him, "Oh, you think I'm going to be the next person in her diary?" So
But
that right there, I would have knocked Devin out too.
That's why
He would have
listen.
never been able to come to work for a while.
But Kevin, but
but
that's why I told you Cooper know how to stand up and be the man when he have to. He beat the crap out of Devin. I'm not saying this right, but he was like, yo, you want to take it there? I got one for you. He had two black eyes.
but the thing is though is you got to realize is that what do we do with our mates? Pillow talk, right? She's out in the city, right? And
Latia,
he's telling
please.
this about the
Latia,
diary.
please. No, hold on, Kevin. Latia, please. 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 And listen,
Latia, I've been
and the,
saying that the
and
whole
the,
time.
and the sex part was only missing for a second. A second. Get out
Who
of
says
here.
it was a second? We only know what the author is telling us, right?
Hmm.
She's
Yeah.
only talking about what hasn't happened in the last 18 months. But what has happened? She didn't had a baby. Did they have sex throughout the time that she was pregnant?
Listen, guys, it's late. We're about to close this out. Thank you. Intimacy has been missing longer. And she said, listen, y'all, y'all, whatever, whatever. Listen, guys,
Whatever
tomorrow
Cooper
night,
fan club. Whatever.
Oh,
Cooper fan
Jesus.
club. Whatever.
Cooper, we are going to close this out. This series was, it was good for so many different reasons because it
It was
sparked
great.
and it touched. Yeah, it was great. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
great.
It touched on so many true, real life situations that can happen. One, the lack of communication.
Mhm.
Two, you not truly being over someone else, but yet you marry somebody else. Okay.
Mhm.
Three, the meanness of people because the situation that happened with the kids at the school. Yes, it was just, it was just so much stuff that you would have the opportunity to talk about. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to, my heart's gonna take being able to see season two. Cause I can't even imagine what the heck they're gonna come up with. I tell you what, though, out the gate, if Brad touches her, I'm gonna jump through that TV and choke all of it. If he dare touches her,
And
dare touches
honestly,
her,
I can't believe she did that. That was the heart wrenching for me.
yeah, it
Girl,
broke
you
my
just
heart.
told this man that you don't want to marry him. You just told this man that you wanted your husband. Go home and be with your husband.
Go home and be with your husband.
And
Go
burn
home and
that
be with
Lisa
your
Lisa
husband.
in the Colt Jam jacket and throw that out the window.
She
Take
need to
that. I
put it in
wonder
the
if I take
freezer.
you home and throw it out the window. That's
But
what I'm
listen,
saying. Take
guys.
that.
Join us tomorrow night where we're just going to have a conversation just on relationships in general. Hope to see you there. 9:15 is our time. But thank you for joining us and thank you for hanging out with us this whole entire series, the 8 episodes. Love you. Here we go again. Latia, I love you too.
That's right, Latia girl. Here we go again. I love you too, because everybody has an
Sassy. I
opinion.
mean, Sassy
Thank
might be
you.
gone already, but Sassy, if you're still here, I want to thank all of y'all for hanging out with us with this series. I had fun. I really enjoyed it. I think a lot of people shied away from this series because of the title. Someone actually told me to watch it, then I told Kevin to watch it, and then we just kept the chain going. But you know what? It's a really good series, and I hope the fact that they're throwing sex in it, I hope it doesn't throw people off because it's a good conversation piece. But anyway,
Absolutely.
guys, have fun with y'all. Thank you so much, Kev, Francis. Love y'all. Team Cooper.
Whatever.
Team
Hashtag
crazy.
jackass.
Team
All right,
crazy.
guys. I'll
Yes.
see you
Bye.
Take
tomorrow
it easy.
night.
Peace.
Bye.